it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Club World Cup again, and I'm going to be talking about the round 2 fixtures, and just like the last video we did talking about the Club World Cup, just sort of my general thoughts on the recent results and sort of key things I want to talk about. We're not going to run through like every single result, as games keep going thick and fast, but yeah, I'm just going to talk about some of the things that I've picked up on from round 2. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on any of the games in the comments below, but let's get into it now. I think the big thing, which I mentioned in my first video, which I did on the FIFA Club World Cup, I said that the South American teams really impressed me in match day 1. I thought, that they showed that their level is not far from the European teams, and I really liked their style of play, and all of the South American teams were unbeaten. And I did say in that video that I wanted to see how they did against those elite European sides, because they showed they can play against a team like a Porto, like a Dortmund, but against PSG, a Bayern, how would they do? Well, I did not expect this to happen, which is Botafogo actually beating Paris Saint-Germain 1-0. Probably, definitely the biggest shock of the tournament so far. Absolutely insane result for Botafogo, and a huge win. It's pretty funny, I was literally saying in my video that, PSG looking unstoppable, the team to beat, and then Botafogo go there and beat them. Absolutely insane, and well done to them. And then Boca Juniors actually gave Bayern Munich a real tough game. Bayern Munich only just beating them in the 84th minute with Michael Elise scoring. So in terms of my sort of thing about South American teams, I think it's pretty clear they can compete with the best. And then it was even topped off with Flamengo beating Chelsea 3-1, which I'm going to talk about this game in general as a Chelsea fan in a second, but just on the South American teams, I mean, yeah, they are the real deal. Now, why exactly they're doing so well, I think it's a combination of things. I think, firstly, they are good teams. I think South American football is clearly in a pretty good state right now. And yeah, I mean, look at the Argentinian national team, look at the amount of amazing players they're producing, look at the amount of amazing youngsters coming out of Brazil into Europe, right? So I think it's just in general in a good place. There's lots of talent in these squads. Also though, I think obviously the schedule suits them because they are midway through their season, whereas these guys have finished their season, so probably a little bit more tired. I think these guys, I don't want to discredit them, but I think they are probably taking it a little bit more seriously than teams like Chelsea, Bayern, PSG. But yeah, I think overall they've done really well. I think the European teams are struggling to play against the South American style of football. And yeah, the South American teams are doing really well right now. It looks as if Flamengo will be going through to the knockout stages, potentially even topping this group now. It looks as if River Plate maybe could go through. Looks like Fluminense could potentially go through. Palmeiras could potentially go through as well. Botafogo could potentially go through. Boca, it's looking maybe, depends on how much they beat Auckland, but I mean, this is really good for South American teams, and yeah, I think Yale again, they have really impressed, and well done to them because they are having a fantastic tournament right now and probably the best continent. They are probably outperforming the European teams right now. I mean, as a recording like this, Palmeiras top of this group, Botafogo top of this group, Flamengo top of this group, River Plate top of this group, Fluminense top of this group. Like, the South American teams are dominating right now, so yeah, they're doing very well. As for the other continents, you know what? North America, it started off okay, but I think they slowly got better. Obviously, Inter Miami beat Porto. Seattle Saunders are yet to get a point, but I actually think they've been alright. Like, they were very unlucky against Botafogo. They did end up losing to Atletico Madrid, but there's no shame in that. And then, actually, Mondelez, I mean, these guys, defensive kings. Like, defensively against River Plate, they were fantastic. They held out for a draw. And against Inter, obviously got a point as well. Defensively, really solid. Mondelez are proving a really tough team to beat. Although, I will say, go back. I will say, Pachuca and LAFC are not doing well in terms of representing North America. LAFC losing to Esperance. Yeah. I'm not sure they're going to get a single point from this group. I'm not sure they'll beat Flamengo, so not great. And then Pachuca, I mean, again, I don't think they're actually getting a point from this group. Lost to Salzburg and then just completely outplayed by 10 men Real Madrid. Pretty embarrassing, to be honest. Like, obviously, I know Real Madrid, it's Real Madrid, they have a bunch of talented players. Pachuca were not expected to win this game, but, I mean, to go 3-0 down against 10 men, come on, like, that's quite poor from Pachuca. So, yeah, the North American sides, it looks like 2 are definitely out, but there could potentially be 2 in the knockout stage, which isn't too bad. We'll have to wait and see on that one. As for the African teams, well, Al Ali, I think they've been a bit unlucky. We'll see if they get out of their group. I still think they could. Esperance, I mean, they did beat LAFC, so maybe they have a chance, or they have Chelsea next. And Wydad, yeah, they're pretty much cooked after losing 4-1 to Juve, but I want to give a massive shout out to Mamelodi Sundowns, because they are doing really well right now. They beat Ulsan 1-0 in the first game, and then in the second game, they gave Dortmund a really tough game. It ended 4-3 to Borussia Dortmund in the end, but I mean, it was a crazy game. Mamelodi Sundowns actually took the lead in this game as well. Just a bunch of like individual errors kind of messed them up. But I mean, it was an absolutely crazy game, and yeah, I mean, fair play to give Borussia Dortmund a game like that is really impressive, and they've got Fluminense in their last game, which I think they can give them a real good game and potentially get a win and get out of this group. So I really hope Mamelodi Sundowns do go through, because it would be nice to see one African side go through, and they have probably got the best chance out of the African sides, because I think they've been pretty good. As for the Asian teams, yeah, pretty bad. I mean, Urawa Red Diamonds, wow, they came very, very close in beating Inter Milan. They were leading up until the 78th minute, and then a 92nd minute goal. Absolute heartbreak. Ended up pointless in that game, which is really, really sad for them, because that would have been such a big result for them and for Asian football, but yeah, it wasn't meant to be. Ulsan again gave Fluminense a great game, actually. I mean, yeah, they pegged them back. They actually took the lead in this game as well, but yeah, again, late on, just couldn't hold out, which is really disappointing. Al Ain, well, by the time you see this, probably would have got smacked up by Manchester City, but we'll see what happens there. I mean, this group, if Man City win, is pretty much over, and, well, actually is over if Man City win. Al Hilal are currently playing, as of recording, against Salzburg. We'll see what happens there. I was watching a little bit of it, and Al Hilal looked pretty good. Should have a look at what's going on there. It's actually 79th minute down, so this might actually end 0-0, which really does open up this group because, yeah, it would mean, actually, to be fair, a draw is not bad for Al Hilal because they got Pachuca next, so if they win that, Salzburg probably ain't beating Real Madrid, but now Al Hilal should go through there. But yeah, the Asian side's not incredible from them, and it looks like Al Hilal are the pretty much only chance of an Asian side going through to the knockout stages. Overall, I would say I actually think so far it's been pretty good to Club World Cup in terms of most of the groups, barring this Juventus Man City one. Most of the groups going into match day 3 are pretty much still all up for grabs, right? And that's really good to see. That's what I was hoping for. I was a bit worried that some of the European side would just destroy them, but it's not been the case. And yeah, I think going into match day 3 is going to be interesting who does come out on top in these groups. If I do a quick prediction now, I know by the time you see this, some of them will already be wrapped up, but in terms of Group A, so Palmeiras are playing Inter Miami and Porto are playing Al Ahly. Yeah, interesting. I reckon Palmeiras will probably beat Inter Miami, so I think Palmeiras top it. I reckon Porto would beat Al Ahly, so I actually do think Porto will sneak through. Group B, this is really interesting. This is really, really interesting because PSG technically could potentially be out in the groups, which would be wild. Because of that result from Botafogo, they are actually top of the group right now. Now again, I believe by the time you see this group will probably be wrapped up. But let's see what happens. In terms of my prediction, I mean, PSG have Seattle Sounders, so I mean, unless the Seattle Sounders pull off something crazy, PSG should be able to win that game, which should see them through. But then Botafogo vs Atletico Madrid, I'll definitely be watching that game because that's pretty much winner goes through here. Although with Atletico Madrid's goal difference, Atletico Madrid are going to have to win by like at least 2 goals in this game in order to go through. So yeah, I reckon Botafogo will just hold out, and yeah, I reckon PSG and Botafogo are going through, and Atletico Madrid are going to get grouped, which is pretty embarrassing for them. Yeah. This group, a bit more straightforward. Bayern Munich, 2 wins from 2. They are probably looking the best, maybe. They're the favourites right now, for the competition, but even then I'm a little bit unconvinced in saying that because, I mean, they just about got past Boca, but they got Benfica. I'm sure Bayern will win that. And then Boca have Auckland, who obviously got smacked up by Benfica 16-0. They've lost both their games, which is crazy, but it's interesting. So basically Boca need to just win. They'll win against Auckland. It's just about how much they need to basically better Benfica's 6-0 score. So we'll see if they can do that. I reckon they probably will, and I think Bayern will beat Benfica. So I think Boca will actually go through and Benfica will not. This group, I mean, unfortunately now we have completely messed this up. Chelsea, Flamengo are 2 wins from 2, and they have LAFC next. LAFC lost both their opening games, haven't scored a goal yet. Flamengo should win this, right? And Flamengo will top the group therefore. So, I mean, I swear, if we lose to Esperance, I can't watch this game, I'm pretty sure, because, yeah, it's at 2 a.m. here. So, if if I wake up and I see Esperance have beaten us and knocked us out of the Club World Cup, honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, I'm fearful for what will happen. The rant on this channel will go crazy, but I mean, I'm hoping we get past that. I need to speak on this as well, because I mean, this was an embarrassing collapse from us. It was an embarrassing collapse in the second half. We were 1-0 up, and then literally 5 minutes of chaos, concede 2 goals, literally the exact same goals. Nicholas Jackson, I mean, what the hell is he doing there, getting sent off? Yeah, I mean, Jackson, gosh, absolute horror show. Reece James plays in midfield in this game. I don't know what was going on. Andre Santos can't get any minutes. It's crazy, but yeah, I mean, this was not good. This was not good at all. I'm not gonna 100% lose it, because it's a Club World Cup, but at the same time, we are playing pretty much our best team here. We clearly want to take this seriously, and then we got stupidity like Jackson and stupid collapses, which is just not good. It's not a good performance, and it does not bode well for the rest of the tournament from Chelsea perspective. But surely we beat Esperance, and surely we get out of the group. Right, Group E is perhaps the most open out of all of them. So currently River Plate are top with 4 points, but Inter are also on 4 points. The Monterrey are in third with 2. Now Urawa, sadly, because of that loss to Inter late on, are out of the competition. But River Plate and Inter play each other, both on 4 points, and Monterrey play Urawa. So, I mean, Urawa put up a decent fight versus Inter, and Monterrey haven't been great in front of goal. They really have struggled to create chances. So, I mean, this isn't a foregone conclusion that Monterrey win this game, but on paper you would expect them to win, which would mean that Monterrey will go through because these two are playing each other. So Inter Milan versus River Plate is literally a shootout for who goes through there. It's going to be interesting because Inter Milan have really struggled at this tournament. I mean, just about beat Urawa and drew to Monterrey. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be really interesting. And I honestly think River might actually beat Inter. I think we might see Inter get grouped. Honestly, I think Monterrey and River Plate might be going through here. And then this group again is really interesting because you have Fluminense and Dortmund on 4 points. You got Mamelodi Sundowns on 3, and obviously Ulsan are out. Dortmund play Ulsan. You would expect them to win that. So the game between Fluminense and Mamelodi is a do or die. Really, winner goes through. Gonna be tough for both teams. As I mentioned earlier, I would like to see the Sundowns go through as a neutral, but I do think Fluminense will. This group is pretty much wrapped up unless Al Ain have beaten Man City somehow, but really the final game between Juve and Manchester City I'll definitely be watching, because that's going to be the winner goes through as first place, and that's going to really be the first test actually for both of these teams, because Wydad and Al Ain haven't really posed too much of a threat, so I'm intrigued to see what happens there. And in this group, Real Madrid with a vital win against Pachuca means they are in a good position to qualify, especially with this, which surely is pretty much over now. Yeah, pretty much over. Looks like it was a draw between Salzburg and Al Hilal, which does set up an interesting group, but it does put the pole position really for Al Hilal. If they beat Pachuca, then they should be through, and Salzburg are going to have to pretty much either draw or somehow beat Real Madrid to go through. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, that is pretty much everything I wanted to talk about the Club World Cup. I'll probably do a predictions for the round of 16 once the groups are over. But let me know your thoughts on the Club World Cup so far. And if you guys have enjoyed, please do leave a like. Consider subscribing. I'll see